Hello everyone, today's topic is about condition for a ray to pass undefeated on diffraction. There are two cases. In first case, if angle I means angle of incidence is 0, then angle of refraction will also be 0. This case happens when the rays falls normally with the surface. This angle will be 90 degree, but angle of incidence will be 0. So here this R will be 0. That proof I have solved in the previous part 1. So when the rays falls normally, then the ray will pass without any deviation. This is the first case. And in second case, if the two mediums are same, suppose two medium I have in previous cases I have considered one medium is air, another medium is water. So if we consider two mediums are air or two mediums are water, then see in air we have read the speed of light in air is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, or if we consider the water, then it will come 2.25 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So here if two mediums are air or water, then the light will travel with the speed of 3 into 10 to the power 8 or 2.25 into 10 to the power 8. That's why as the speed remains same, then the light will pass without any deviation, and the ray diagram will be like this. Whatever be the angle of incidence, the light will pass without any deviation if this is air and this is air, or this is water, this is water. Next topic is the relation between wavelength, velocity and frequency. Wavelength means for light I am telling. See here the term I am using for wavelength is lambda, and velocity which is v, and the frequency here if I am using, you can consider the nu also. This is also the symbol for frequency. Now what is lambda? Lambda means the wavelength, the distance traveled by the light in one time period, that is lambda, and this is the speed of light. And frequency, see what about the frequency? Frequency of light depends on the source of light. When the source is constant, it depends on source. When the source is constant, then the f is constant also. When the source will change, then the frequency will change. So here we have that when the rays goes from rarer to denser, then the speed decreases, and from denser to rarer the speed increases. Okay, and what about the frequency? Frequency is constant for a given source. Now see what is lambda? Lambda actually the distance. So distance equals to, the speed into time. T I am writing. Now from here we can write v equals to lambda by t, and one thing what is the relation between time period and frequency, which is t equals to 1 by f or f equals to 1 by c, 1 by t here. So 1 by t equals to, we can write f, so v equals to, we can write f lambda. This is the relation between velocity of light, frequency and the wavelength. To find the relation between wavelength in two medium, means if we take two medium 1 and 2, suppose this is air and this is water, here two things will change. Which one? When the ray is moving from air to water, then the speed will change when it is moving from air to water. Suppose here it is c, so here it will be v or whatever you can take. Now when the speed is changing, here one term will change, that is the wavelength, means the lambda, but the frequency remains same because here one source is used. So here frequency will be f, and here also the frequency will be f. So which term will change? The lambda will change. So if the lambda was for the air medium is this is, and this will be lambda dashed. Now put the equation for air. I am writing here v equals to f lambda. So here I am writing c equals to f lambda, and here I am writing v equals to f lambda dashed. From here I will calculate f equals to c by lambda, and from here I will calculate f equals to v by lambda dashed. Now see, if f is same, so we can write from here C by lambda equals to V by lambda dashed. Now, so here I am doing lambda by lambda dashed equals to lambda by lambda dashed equals to C by V. C by V means which is mu or n equals, you can write this mu is called the refractive index. Okay. Now easily we can say this lambda dashed equals to lambda by mu, which is this is the relation between the wavelength in between two medium. Means from here we can say this wavelength inversely proportional to the mu. Mu means refractive index, so when the refractive index is more in that medium, wavelength will be less. This is the main relation in between wavelength of two media. And one thing I can say, this is if the ray is going from rarer to denser medium, then we can write here this wavelength will change, means it will decrease or it will increase. See, rarer to denser it is going. Obviously this is optically rarer and optically denser medium. So here the mu is more because rarer or denser. This mu is greater than the rarer medium. So the speed will decrease or speed will increase? Speed will decrease. Now lambda will increase or lambda will decrease. So here the speed is decreasing, means it is traveling through the denser medium. So the lambda here the mu is increasing, so lambda will decrease. So when the ray is going from rarer medium to denser medium, the wavelength will decrease, and from denser to rarer medium, wavelength will increase. Okay, understood? Because then rarer means what? Mu is less than the rarer medium, mu is decreasing, so lambda will increase because it is inversely proportional. Now the refractive index depends on three factors. First one is the nature. Nature means nature of the medium, means on the optical density. So here I will compare with one medium. I am taking here water, and another medium I am taking it glass or air also you can take. So here you know the speed is for V, it is 2.25 into 10 to the power 8, and for glass V is 2 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Okay. Now with respect to water, glass is denser medium, means optical density is more than the water for glass I am telling. So here it is rarer medium and here it is the denser medium. Denser means optical density is more, and this optical density can be measured by the term which is called the refractive index. So obviously the mu glass will be greater than mu W, and I have solved by the problem in previous video, that is mu glass is 1.5 whereas the mu W is the 1.33. So clearly we can say this mu G is greater than the mu W. So refractive index depends on the nature, means whose optical density is more, that has more refractive index. Now in second case, it depends on the temperature also. How it depends? See, in second case, which is the temperature. One thing we know, if the temperature T I am writing, T is time period. Now here I am taking as a theta I am taking. This is theta, which is the symbol of temperature. If the temperature increases, then which term will change? The speed of light will change, means speed of light will increase also. Now when the speed of light will increase, then which term will increase? The wavelength will increase. And what is the relation between wavelength and refractive index? Lambda proportional to 1 by mu. So here if the wavelength increases, then the mu will decrease also. Okay, this is how the refractive index depends on the temperature. Now on last case, which is the colors or wavelength. See, number 3, which is color. Now I will discuss with two colors, which is the violet and the red, because this is the extreme ends, and we know this red color has maximum wavelength, maximum lambda I am writing. That's why this red color is used as a danger signal, and for violet this minimum wavelength, minimum lambda I am writing. Now see, if it is maximum, so clearly we can say this mu for glass, this mu for not glass, this mu for red is less than the mu for violet. Mu for violet will be greater than mu for red, because the wavelength for red is maximum. That's why wavelength for red is maximum. That's why refractive index for red is minimum. Okay, this is the case. Otherwise, in another way I can explain. See, maximum wavelength means the speed will change. For red I am telling, see, wavelength maximum, so speed will be more than the violet light. Means in a particular medium, red moves faster than the violet color. So here, if the speed is more, then see, wavelength will be more, because if the speed is more, then the distance covered by the light will be more. That's why wavelength will increase also. And if the wavelength will increase, then mu will decrease. That's why I have written mu r is less than mu v. Clear? Now, what is the principle of reversibility of the path of light? Now see, according to the principle of reversibility, the path of the light is reversible. Reversible means, suppose you consider this is the medium 1 and this is the medium 2, and the light is coming from medium 1 to M1, M2 I am writing. Medium 1 to medium 2. So there will be a refraction. So angle of incidence will be I and angle of refraction will be R. Now from here we can say, from the Snell's law, 1 mu 2 equals to sin I by sin R. Now what is the second case? Now think about, again there is a refraction from the second medium to the first medium. Again, if there is a refraction from the second medium then to the first medium, then we can say this will behave like medium 1 and medium 2. Means we can say the ray is coming from 2 to 1. So in that case, what will we write? This is 2 mu 1 equals to sin I by sin R, we know. But here, in place of sin I will write sin R, because this is now the angle of incidence. That's why sin R. And here this will be sin I. Now do one thing. Multiply by 1 mu 2 with the 2 mu 1. Then see, sin I by sin R into sin R divided by sin I. Okay, now sin R cancel, sin I cancel, and we can write here 1 mu 2 equals to 1 by 2 mu 1. Okay, means if we consider this is air and this is water, so A and W I am writing, so A mu G will be 1 by G mu A. So if the refractive index for glass, we know this is 1.5, so refractive index of glass with respect to air. So the refractive index of air with respect to glass will be, means G mu A will be 1 by A mu G. 1 by A mu G means what? 1 by 1.5. Okay, this is the relation.